Good morning, my beautiful listeners, and welcome to another episode of the Endless Mindset podcast. I can't even believe we're on episode number 43, 43 inspiring stories, and today there's no difference. I'm bringing you, for those who listen regularly, you know that this podcast is all about sharing inspiring stories. As you know, I'm always trying to bring a new type of story as well, something we haven't had on the podcast yet. Well, today's no difference. I have inspiring story as well as something new, which we didn't have yet. For those in the property world, lots of my listeners are in the property world. For those in the property world, you've heard of, as in the UK, you've heard of the fantastic magazine called the Blue Brick magazine. Well, today, who is on my show is the one and only editor and a director of the Blue Brick magazine, as well as a marketing director of We Are Property Marketing. One and only Sam Cooke. Hi, Sam, and welcome on the show.
Hi, thank you very much for having me, Lenka. I've had this booked in for a while, so it feels good to be here.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. Exactly as you said, we've been trying to get this episode going for a while, but life happens. So yeah, really, really excited to have you on and share your story. So Sam, for those who don't know who Sam Cooke is, please tell us more about you.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and tell you. So for everyone listening, because I love Lenka so much, I've come on today with a cold, so I'm a little bit bunged up. So I'm going to try and tell you without sneezing or coughing or kind of getting through sentence. Yeah, so I'm the editor and director of Blue Bricks Magazine. I bought the business last year. So basically, I used to work as the marketing director for Blue Bricks Magazine back in 2021. I worked with the business for a year as part of Nathan Winch's team. Nathan Winch previously owned the business. And then, yeah, I bought the business last year. And from there, it's been a matter of growing the business out. When I took it on, it had a few issues with it, a few problems. So we had to cut costs, increase profitability, market it, do a couple of other cool things like open networking events across the UK. And then this year, basically my background has been marketing, and throughout this entire process people come to me for marketing support and help and advice. I've worked with some of the largest home builders in the UK on their marketing. I'm under NDA, so I can't say the names, but you know, if you think of the top three, one of them. And yeah, so I decided to set up We Are Property Marketing because it's a huge passion of mine to help property investors and property businesses to grow. I think that marketing, from Blue Bricks and from the market research we've done, is something that a lot of property people and a lot of business owners in general struggle with. So we're kind of just looking forward to taking the pain off their shoulders and helping them to grow as businesses, become more profitable, get more clients, private finance, off market deals, and continuing to grow Blue Bricks Magazine as well, which is my baby, really.
Really easy, yeah. Wow. Well, that's amazing. Beautifully, beautifully said. And there's so it's basically you are a very busy bee. How much you've done in such a short period of time? It's pretty amazing as well. So you said that you've only bought a Blue Bricks last year. I know you worked there before because I know you as a Blue Brick guy anyway. But you only bought it last year. That's pretty amazing what you've achieved. I watched the journey. So yeah, that's fantastic. So do you think obviously your marketing background helped you? Is that why you decided that or is that what made you believe, or is that what gave you the confidence? You're like, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah, well. First of all, yeah, thank you very much for the kind words. When I first took Blue Bricks on, I wasn't confident at all, and the marketing kind of helped. But realistically, when I bought Blue Bricks, we didn't really have enough income coming in to pay for any kind of substantial marketing. We had social media, and that was kind of it, really. So a
Sounds
lot of
like
the marketing,
any other startup business.
yeah, basically, in a lot of ways it was. So a lot of the marketing that I did was more towards strategic partnerships. So being involved with the right people and leveraging the networks that they'd already built, and then in turn giving them things, so win-win partnerships. And to be honest with you, a lot of miles on the road and nights in hotels, going to events, going to award ceremonies, sponsoring events, being in the right places, just being seen. And then obviously having people in a magazine, we changed the type of people we had in the magazine and the content that we had. And then obviously the people that are in the magazine promoted it to their audiences. So we managed to leverage really other people. in a nice way, like by obviously giving to them. And then in turn, that helped us to kind of grow the brand and grow the name and get us seen across multiple platforms rather than it just being me.
Yeah, fantastic. Very, yeah, it sounds like you put a really good strategy in place, in motion as well. And what I love about what you said, you've been doing, what you're doing as well with the not just with the Blue Bricks, but with your other marketing company as well. It's you're basically helping people. You are you're a problem solver, which is that's what you need to do in these days in business, in property or in business. Just be helpful, solve people problems, be a problem solver. That's the way in business, isn't it? So well done, yeah. So how is it? Is it manageable basically running two companies where you basically both of them are sort of marketing, isn't it? Because even Blue Bricks, that's like as a magazine, that's also would you call it marketing? Can I put in a category? Because that's journalism. I don't know. Would you call that
Yeah, technically it's publishing.
publishing? Yeah, that's the word. Sorry, that's the word. That's the word. Right. So is that very challenging running like a publishing and marketing company at the same time?
I'd say that really everyone, and I might be in saying this, but really everyone is kind of a marketer of their business. So I'm kind of always in marketing no matter what I do. Is it challenging? Yes and no, because the marketing agency is dedicated to property. I'm thankful that if, for example, I'm talking to someone about advertising in Blue Bricks, or if I'm talking to someone about, their website and they say I want more property investors, then I might be able to shift them over to Blue Bricks. So the two thankfully do complement each other. I think I would struggle more if the marketing agency was in hospitality and Blue Bricks was in property. But when I go to a property event to talk about marketing, I can also talk about Blue Bricks and vice versa. So that does make my life a lot easier. I'm trying to focus more now on business development side of things. One of my kind of downfalls, and a few people might resonate with this, I get caught into the admin very easily. I'm easily sucked into the admin and I can spend the full day being a busy fool, get to the end of it and go, what have I done? So a lot of just talking to people, growing my personal brand, being on podcasts like this. So yeah, it's a lot of work and it's difficult, but I love what I do, so it doesn't feel too stressful.
No, I can tell. I can tell that you love what you do. And knowing you for a while now, obviously the vibe, for those who don't know you,
Mm.
you have that sort of beautiful vibe around you, and that sort of calmness as well. You got a very calm personality as well, like when that sort of nice aura around you as well. So when you said that it helps, it's like, yeah, you don't seem, I mean, obviously this could be just the outside because we don't know what's going underneath, but you don't seem to be one of those super stressed busy, the entrepreneurs. So don't know if obviously I'm sure you're having a challenging times, of course everybody does, but yeah, from what I know, you seem to be handling really well.
Oh, thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd never sit in black. I'm never stressed. I'm quite a calm person naturally, except for when I'm stuck in traffic. But normally, I'm calm. Um, and I think I've just learned that things that need to get done will get done. And I know that they're going to get done in time, so I don't need to worry about it. Realistically, if you look at your life, there's not too many things at right this moment you have to be worried about. And working with Nathan and dealing with a lot of very successful business owners, I kind of learned quite quickly it's not about working 4 in the morning till midnight. It's about just getting the important stuff done. And I do get days where I'm stressed. I get weeks where I'm incredibly burnt out. And when I feel that way, I just say, right, what needs doing right now? And then what can I do tomorrow? Or what can be done next week? That, okay, it'd be great if I did it today, but can it wait? And I think taking that mindset, slowing down when I need to slow down, speeding up when I need to speed up, has helped me to stay less stressed. I think the people that feel the need to outwork everyone else end up burning out really quickly and becoming really. I
It's
find that helps.
it's very well said, very well said. It's like we all watched this. You and I, we both been in property for a while. We watched people starting out. We watched people growing their business. We watched people burned out completely. Both of us, I'm sure we both have those people in our lives when we watch them do. And it really is fascinating to watch how people deal with the stress and the overwhelmed and the discipline. When people talking about discipline is not only about get the shit done, get this done, get this done, get this done. No, discipline is exactly the topics you just, the bits you were just um mentioning. It's like, be disciplined as well with taking time off, or discipline, just be like, you have to, like with when you, sorry, that's the word, was the, don't work necessarily 4 to midnight, but that's not the point. You need to be disciplined with the time off as well, celebrating the little wins. Don't forget to celebrate the wins. Don't be just negative about, I'm not achieving what I want to be achieving yet, everything's taking a bit longer. Well, especially in the property world, well, guess what, property is a slow burner. So if you decide to go in a property, you got to be ready for it to burn slowly.
Uh, Absolutely. And don't get me wrong, there's days where I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm not getting to
Course,
bed till midnight because I'm going to an event and I'm speaking and I'm working all day. I have those days,
of
but I
course.
don't make those days my habit. Like it's Friday at the time of this podcast, and at 6 o'clock I'm off for a beer and I'm going to enjoy my weekend. But Monday I'm going to come back and I'm going to work really, really hard. So I think it's all balance. I know
Yeah.
myself very, very well. I can feel when I'm starting to burn out. So now I'm good at saying to myself, right, that's it, afternoon, an hour off, 2 hours off, afternoon off, whatever it is, reset. Because when I burn out hard. And I mean, I'll just be laid on the sofa like a draft excluder, unable to move or even
Mm.
reply to a message because I'm so mentally gone. And when you've been in that kind of dark place a couple of times, you learn quite quickly, I don't want to go there again. So I'm going to do what I can to manage that and balance that. So I
Yeah.
do get incredibly stressed. I just try and manage it better.
Sure, absolutely. Well, everybody does, and this is one of the beauties of, well, not every self-employed person can say that, but if you can arrange your life, like, when you can take, you can, let's say you're gonna have a really, really tough Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but then you can afford to take a Friday afternoon off, for example. Isn't that just beautiful? I absolutely love that about my life as well. Like, sometimes I would have a glass of whiskey on Monday evening. I love whiskey, and just like on the rocks, and I would have a glass of whiskey on Monday evening, but I don't feel bad. Like, some people will be like, it's Monday. And I'll be like, so I work Saturdays, I work Sundays, especially if holiday led business. I have to reply sometimes at 11 p.m. I have to be available 24/7. I don't have normal weekends like most of the people. So if I want to have a glass of whiskey on Monday evening, it's nothing wrong with having a glass of whiskey on a Monday evening, because I don't have Fridays nights, I don't have Saturday nights like normal people. So it really is finding your balance and how it suits how it's works for you, doesn't it? And just remember, look after yourself as well. So that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
So
no, it's important.
yeah, Sam, what is the when people for those people who don't know much about blue bricks, what to expect? What sort of people? Because you as well said that you have to change, type of people you are having, things like that since you bought it. What sort of people you're interviewing? What sort of thing people can expect?
Definitely. So I think that if you sign up to Blue Bricks and you're quite an experienced property investor, or if you're someone with a couple of buy-to-lets and you're in your journey, you will find the magazine extremely useful with the insights and help that's within there. If you're brand new to property, you'll find it incredibly inspiring and a bit more useful. But a lot of the stuff that's in the magazine is, look, how do you market your business to attract more private finance? We have entrepreneurs like James Sinclair, who's on the front cover of the next issue, who's talking about, his rise to how he built a business that's turned over £40 million and all the things he's learned about systemization and growing along the way. We've got Colette's in there talking about imposter syndrome. So it's a little bit of everything. But the way that I sum Blue Bricks up is it's very much the business side of property. So it's not like, here's a case study for HMO. We do have those, but it's more like, look, this is how you make more money. This is how you cut your costs. This is how you do a refurb. This is how you sort your tax out, your inheritance. All the business things that property investors need to know if they're very serious about property and wanting to scale it into a proper profitable business that they can retire on. That's kind of what Blue Bricks includes.
Fantastic. And if the people who's listening now, where they can find you, is as simple as it sounds, bluebricksmagazine.co.uk, or where is it?
Yeah, so bluebricksmagazine.com, or if you just type
Dot
in Blue
com.
Brick Magazine, yeah, we'll come up. I think it's .com. I better check that. But Blue Bricks Magazine will come up with the first one there, and then yeah, you can subscribe. We do a 3 month trial, so if people want to trial it, we will post the magazine to you. If you like it, stay subscribed, join our events free of charge, and then you'll be charged after that. And look, if it's not for you, you don't like the magazine, pass it to a friend, cancel your subscription, no cost.
Fantastic. How much is the subscription, just for those who listen?
£4.99 for the digital and £12.95 every other month for the print version.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Yeah. Sam, I have no idea that I have, sorry, no idea. I have no doubts that you will take the blue bricks where you even want it to be. What's the plan? What's the future plan for the blue bricks? Blue bricks, sorry.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister. You know what? It's a difficult one, and this is one of the problems I had with a magazine is that in some ways you can scale it to an unlimited level because you can have, unlimited subscribers. But in other ways, you get to a point where you've got so many pages in the magazine, so much advertising you sell. And we're at a stage now where when I bought Blue Bricks, it was survival mode. We got through survival, and now we've hit a point of kind of growth. Right, we're at a point where we need to be looking at that next step up, and that's been interesting trying to figure out a way of doing that. So the first thing and the next thing that we're doing, which hasn't been announced yet. So your podcast from the first Lanka exclusive coverage. We are going to be running the Blue Bricks Property Awards. It's going to be a high-end luxury award ceremony. We're just scouting out the venue, but we're going high-end. We're going 5-star. We're going suit and tie. We're going to make it very, very, very special. And that's the next step up. Is we want to run an awards ceremony to celebrate the right people in the industry and to push awards towards the things that are around our core values. So the ethical side of property, the legal side of property. Property is hard, it's difficult, and we want to not put people off by showing them that, but we want to give people a realistic view of property so that they can succeed. And we're definitely keen on running an awards ceremony where we can promote the right things in the industry.
Sam, that is absolutely beautiful, and I love that you said. Hold on. What did you just say? That the property is a challenge? No, what did you say? Property can be challenging, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to add to it was property also can be very lonely, and it's not that you go into the office, you're employed, you got a 5 colleagues, 10 colleagues, 20 colleagues in the building in the office. Property can be so lonely. So people like you, we need people like you who puts people together. So it's not just with your not just with the magazine you're doing with your events with with the award ceremony you want to do. It's beautiful that you want to do that because you're bringing people together, people who usually are working alone pretty much.
Yeah, it is really, really lonely. When I kind of first stepped into property after being an estate agent, I was a property sourcer during lockdown. That was really lonely because even when you went on a viewing, the estate agent would stand at the other end of the room. So yeah, we want to bring people together, and what I'd love to do, the end goal would be to have a community of people where we can do online challenges, we can meet in person, we can have summits, events.
Love it.
I love the idea of just bringing people together to help each other because I think there's a lot of collaboration that can be done in property. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. A lot of businesses you competing constantly against other people, but with property, if you're a property sourcer, you can co-source with someone. If you're an investor, you can joint venture with someone. There's so much that we can do together as investors. I just love the idea of bringing people together and helping them to unleash the brilliance in themselves.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, you must love people in order to do that, obviously. And as I said previously, you do have that such a really good aura around you. You are a people person. You have a really so it's really, really important because it's obviously property itself, it's a people's business. And then you got obviously something like events, magazine, and all that. It's just people. You bring people together, or you interviewing people, or you asking people to write you an article. It's all about people. You need to be a people's person. And as I said, you have this beautiful gift of having such a beautiful aura around you. So you're a very people person.
No, thank you for that. I mean, I do love people. I'm really, really passionate about helping people. It's something I'm super passionate about. Don't get me wrong. Surprisingly, in a lot of ways, I'm an introvert. Um, I I recharge by being alone, but
Hmm.
I love being around people. I'm just quite it drains my battery, but I
Yeah.
like to give my everything to people when I'm with them.
I think that's also quite I think that's also quite natural, isn't it? Because when you have oops, when you are because I'm very similar as well. It's like when we love people, when you it's like networking or just talking, it is still very exhausting because it's some you wouldn't for some people who don't live in those world who don't live in that world, you wouldn't realize how much work that is just thinking, talking.
Mm.
So when
Yeah.
when you're doing a lot of that, of course you will need a and recharge. It's it's just natural. So some people don't do that much talking and thinking and all that. So not thinking, you know what I mean? So it's like it is networking on its own can be very, very, very exhausting. And if you're doing that as a and you not exhausting as a no, well, yeah, it is a work. It is part of your job, sort of thing, isn't it? Like if you're taking your career in property, for example, seriously, then you just don't go to networking event just to drink a coffee. You go to networking event to actually talk to people, help people, find your maybe your future business partner, or just find yourself a new project or whatever that is. But it is involving a lot of talking.
Yeah, it is a lot of talking and a lot of listening.
So yeah, so when you're doing on a scale like you, there's no wonder you will need to recharge.
I do. I won't lie to you. I find networking events absolutely exhausting. I really, really do. When I'm speaking at events, I really enjoy speaking, public speaking. I used to be a stand-up comedian. I don't think I've ever talked about that
I
one.
know you never. I love it. Can I? Do you
Yeah.
have videos anywhere?
I do, but they're hidden from the public eye, and
Okay,
I can send you one, but
please
they won't be
make
going
my
public
day.
anytime. They're archived. So yeah, that kind of brings me back to it. I love the public speaking. And when I'm speaking at events now, what I tend to do, and I learned this trick from a really experienced public speaker, is I don't really network before my talk because it removes the magic of the talk. So I'll kind of stay quiet or I'll show up late, I'll do my talk and then I'll network with people.
Wow.
And I find that helpful. But yeah, networking events are important and I do a lot of them, but I do find them exhausting. I really do.
Then you need to recharge. So what is helping you with a mindset? Are you working on your mindset, or all these kind of things come to you naturally, or are you working on your mindset? If so, what things helps you with your mindset?
Really interesting question that we're having it now because literally this week I've just invested in I don't know what I'd call it, but a gentleman who is an think of it this way: if a therapist helps you to find the reason behind the way that you feel, this person helps you to find the answers, to find the solution. So a lot of that is neuro-linguistic programming and that kind of thing, and helping. I know what my problems are and I know the cause of those problems. This person's going to help me overcome those, and I already, after one session with him, feel a million times better. I have, not afraid to admit it, I do and have gone to therapy. um, I'm okay. No one needs to worry. I'm absolutely fine. I just find it helpful to talk to someone. But I always felt
It's
like,
actually, I love that you said that. Everybody in this world should be like that and be open about it, because people should. Well done, well done.
no, thank you. I believe people should be open, so I have to be open if I'm going
Totally.
to preach that message. But I never felt that. Like, I always felt like, yeah, I know what the problem is, but this isn't really helping. Talking about it, there's something else now I have to do. And I think that the investment I've made is going to help with that. In terms of mindset, going to the gym with two of my friends helps me a lot, partially because of working out, partially because being around them two starts my day right. I've got a really good circle of people around me. The people at my events, at the Blue Bricks event, our members are so supportive and unbelievable. And that positivity keeps me going as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. Right. It is really, 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 really important, no, to work on the mindset and to basically stay like some people, what we're especially when we're talking about those people before about who burned out. Mindset is so important, not just from educational point of view, but having a strong mindset when it comes to healthy mental health as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like mindset can be anything. So, and Sam, we have obviously I'm not going to say what it is because it's a private conversation, but you and I, we had a coincidental question answered same way answered the prior recording when we were like, oh wow, well we have this in common. Well, the other thing we just have in common, which I can say publicly, is I've also just invested into a energy healer. So I call her energy healer. She works with entrepreneurs around the world, helping them get to the extra level and get rid of the low vibrational energy, because
Yeah.
your financial success is a link to your thoughts. And especially someone like me who has bad blueprint from my childhood. Rich people are bad. You don't want to be rich. That's money are bad. All this bullshit, let's put it, sorry for the language, but it is BS. All this BS, which was engraved in my head, before, when I started to work on my mindset, I couldn't just start. I had to undo years of what my parents and my siblings and my friends were doing. So,
Yeah.
so it is really, really, it is really, really important to basically. Sorry, I just had a little pop up. I hate when that happens. I got a little distraction. Yeah, so it is really, really, really important to basically work on the mindset from every angle, isn't it? And Sam, do you have any books or anything like that you would have for the listeners? You will be like, you know what, read this, that helped me so much.
Yeah, definitely. So two really. So one of them, think of this like your A levels, and the next one like a degree. First one, how to win friends and influence people. Nowhere near as manipulative as it sounds. But if you go in a networking events and you're talking to people, it's a really good guide on how to just communicate with people and how to bring out the best in people and how to make people smile and make people laugh. Like I know it sounds like a stupid thing, but you'll notice with me if I ever enter a retail store, this is a bit of a sidetrack. If people ever see me in a store somewhere, my kind of job is I always try and make the person serving me smile. Always, I just try and do it. I've got multiple different ways of doing that, but it always kind of works, and it's like mission accomplished when I go. But how to win friends and influence people helps with stuff like that. And then the second one, if you like that book, is a book by Robert. I can't pronounce his surname. I don't think I'll remember it, so I won't embarrass myself.
Kiyosaki.
No, Calgenia,
Okay, because you said Robert K, so I thought Robert Kiyosaki.
yeah, Robert C. I've not had much sleep last night, so forgive me if I got that wrong. But it's called Influence. Fantastic book, and it's all about the psychology of sales. So it's why people buy and why people do things. But in that, it just talks about how the mind works and why people act a certain way. And it's really, really interesting. And I think that when you understand how other people work, you can kind of understand how you work. And if you can understand how you work, there's a lot of things inside yourself that you can overcome. And if you're the driver of your business, your business is everything, especially in the early days. So the most important thing to work on is you. And I don't just mean sit down and do yoga and meditate, but understanding yourself and how you work and how you think and why you do things, I think is vital. So those two books I highly recommend.
Love that. And for those who are listening regularly, well, I'm obviously releasing the podcasts with space between each other. However, sometimes obviously I record them like closer to each other. So like yesterday I was recording number 41, and the book recommendation was exactly the same one you just gave, the how to win and influence people. So it just shows how important, like this is like second time recommended in 2 days. I feel like
Yeah.
universe is trying to tell me something and everybody else. So so definitely getting that book. So thank you so much for the recommendation. Sam, that's fantastic. I love your recommendations. Thank you so much. And I tend to always ask another question, and that is, what if you would recommend something to watch, what it would be? And it doesn't have to be educational. It can be. It's totally up to you. But what would Sam Cooke recommend to watch?
It's a really good question. I'm working my way through the Breaking Bad series at the moment. Um, what to watch?
I
That's a
watched
really,
it
really
during my injury. For those who listen, I had an ankle injury, and I watched it for the first time as well.
good. I'm trying to think of something a bit more profound. I loved Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones is great. If you kind of cut out season 8, that was a horrendous final. And
Yeah,
anything
I'm
that's
actually on it now. My background.
what is it now? There's a Will Smith film that I highly recommend. Let me try and find the name of it. It's when he is in Wall Street. Uh,
Is that the one with
um,
his son and the one where he won like a reward for?
yes, I'm not really selling it. I can't remember the name. The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yes,
What
Pursuit of Happiness. Well done. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard amazing things about it. Is it good?
great film. It's basically the core principle is, and it's based on a true story, but it's basically like you'll face so much adversity in life, but just keep pushing, just keep going, no matter what happens. And basically, what this person does to try and reach his goals and reach his dreams is pretty unbelievable. So
Okay.
yeah, that's a
Okay.
fantastic film that I highly recommend.
Pursuit of Happiness. It's my Friday night movie tonight. Wonderful.
Yeah, you
Wonderful.
might get a few tears in your eyes though.
Yeah, maybe okay, maybe Saturday night then. Maybe Friday I won't allow. Yeah, that's wonderful. Oh yeah, this is actually what I wanted to tell you before was when I got interrupted was about the smile. We're talking about the making people smile, and
Yeah,
like so I was telling you about me being part of the community when they were basically said we had a kind of challenge going on, and it said you need to tell about something about someone else and just basically say something nice basically about the other person. And someone basically said that I always make people smile. That it's like I'm whichever room I come into, you can have a miserable person, and I'm like, I'm on it. My challenge will make you smile.
yeah. You do have that talent. I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, maybe Friday night I'm gonna put something to smile. Maybe crying movie tomorrow.
I do. That's it.
Oh, Sam. So just obviously we've add everything. Sadly, have to come to the end slowly. So for those who wants to find you, where can people find you if they want to follow you?
Yeah, so I suppose I'm more active on my personal Facebook, so just Sam Cooke, COOKE, and LinkedIn as well, Sam Cooke. Now, you will have an issue when you look for me in terms that there's an extremely famous soul singer called Sam Cooke. And when I used to work in customer support and sales, I tell people my name and they start singing to me. So you will know the difference between the two of us. We look completely different. But yeah, Sam Cooke, Blue Bricks, you'll find me. LinkedIn, Facebook, happy to connect. Or Instagram, SJ Cook03, Cook with an E, but I don't really post on there too much.
Cool.
I'm
I'll try to pop
too
that
bougie.
in the comments just in case. I don't know
Yeah,
how many people do scroll through the descriptions because obviously personally I have to say, when you want to listen to podcasts, you tend to just press play. But I do try to put the information in the description. So
thanks.
I'll try my best. Wonderful. Well, there's just one more thing I'm going to ask you, and it is what would be your top tip for the listeners? Something from sharing your story today.
In like top tip
Top tip,
relationships.
top tip. Oh yeah, good point. No, good point. No, top tip about like the mindset. So yeah, let's keep it with a
Exactly.
mindset because it is the endless mindset. You're a perfect example of someone having the endless mindset. So what would be your top tip if you want to achieve things, or if you want to don't, if you want to try something new, whatever that is, something inspiring.
I think my top tip is just like everyone's capable of anything. And if one person, like if Elon Musk has done what he's done, I don't believe Elon Musk is the max is Elon Musk. I believe that anyone, anywhere is capable of that. Now, for some people, it'll be harder. It'll take a lot more work. You might be from a really difficult background. I don't know your story, but I genuinely think anyone's capable of everything. And you're going to come across things in life and where you think, no, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. And Blue Bricks was a huge one for me. Buying Blue Bricks, I had that exact fear. I'm like, I'm young. People are going to think I'm a kid. They're going to think I'm inexperienced. No one's going to take me seriously. And at that point, I almost did, and it would have been easy for me to walk away and say, no, no, not for me. I'm not good enough. But taking on Blue Bricks was one of the best choices I ever made in my entire life. I'm in love with it. It means the world to me. So I'd say that is my advice. Like, don't get in the way of yourself. Take the leap and go for it, even no matter
Fantastic.
how scared you are.
That's brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. And that's why you're here today as well, because it's called the Endless Mindset Podcast. And I always knew you are just a perfect example. You are like, just going to go for it. I'm going for it. So
Oh,
that's
thank you.
amazing. Samuel, this was amazing. I loved having you on today. Absolutely loved having you on. Love that you shared your story, inspired others. Love even for myself just to hear from the things what I either know from following you or from reading a post or things like this. But it's nice to just have a chat as well when to hear your story firsthand like that. It was amazing. So thank you ever so much for coming on the show. I'm really looking forward to share your story with others. Obviously, I'll let you know when the episodes go live. And if you don't have anything else to join, I mean, anything else to add, well, then I'm just going to have to thank you very, very much for coming on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much, Frankie. The only thing I'll add is thank you for having me. Thank you for your kind words. If anyone wants to reach out to me, by all means, feel free. Either if you've got any questions about Blue Bricks advertising, you've got an inspiring story you'd like to share with our readers, or if you'd like to just talk all things marketing and property, just get some advice. I'm here to help. So thank
Fantastic.
you for having me.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm really, really grateful you came on the show. So thank you so much. I had a great time with you, and I'm wishing you all the success in the world.
Thank you.
Take care, Sam.